Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Morgan, and for today's video I'm going back to like makeup tutorials and stuff, and I'm gonna use a load of products that I haven't had the chance to use yet, so like things I've kind of bought recently and stuff that I got for like Christmas and my birthday. So yeah, so I'm just gonna start with my skin. So I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. primer, and I've done all my skincare and that off camera. And then for my foundation, I'm just going to go in with my SuperStay 24-hour foundation by Maybelline. And for the first product that I got that I haven't used is I'm going to use this microfiber sponge from Juno and Co. And it's like it's, I got the pink one, so it doesn't feel like a usual like beauty sponge. It's kind of softer. It feels like what I would use to like take my makeup off. And what does it say on the back? So this like apparently doesn't soak up as much product and like makes blending out your makeup a lot easier, and it takes less time apparently. I'm gonna quickly wet it, but this is the size of it before it's wet, so it's a normal size. I'm gonna go wet. So this is the size of it wet. It doesn't get like too much bigger, but it should be fine. So I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit on this onto my hand. Okay, so it's kind of running out there. I think that's all I'm gonna get out. So I'm just using this the way I'd use a normal like beauty blender or beauty sponge. So far it doesn't feel like it is soaking up as much product, but I don't know, I feel like it's when it comes on the skin it's got a wee bit of a maybe not actually. It is spreading out quite nicely. So that's my full face like covered, and that was kind of 2 small pumps just because this is running out. Normally I feel like I'd need to use a lot more than that, so I think it's actually came out quite well. The sponge does, like, it stays big, but I feel like it dries quite quickly, so it doesn't feel as wet on my face, like on my skin. But I feel like that actually turned out really well. I think I wouldn't say it was quicker than a normal beauty blender. I feel like it took the same amount of time but just less product, but I might be wrong. And then I'm just going to go with my concealer, so I'm using the Revolution Conceal and Define. I'm just using that to highlight under my eyes, my nose and my forehead. Yeah, I would say that this sponge dries really quickly. I think it's still a bit damp like inside, but on the outside it's really dry. So if you don't like that, I don't know how big of a fan you'd be of the brush, but I think it worked out. So to set my face, I'm going to go in with my translucent powder from Revolution, and I'm just going to swipe that under my eyes. So I'm only setting the places of my face that I've put concealer or that can get quite oily. So I've set under my eyes and my forehead for the concealer, and I'm just doing my chin because I feel like that's where my makeup kind of moves the most, and around my nostrils. And for my second product that I have recently got, I got the soap brows from WBCO or WBCO. I don't know. It comes with like a little bamboo spoolie, just like that, and then the soap comes in this little tin container. So you just spray some water or setting spray into the container. So I'm gonna spray this this facial spray by Mario Badescu. I don't know how to say the name, but it's this one. It's the aloe, chamomile and lavender one. And then once it's in, you just kind of mix it up on the spoolie. So after you've got some on your spoolie like that, after you've got some on your spoolie like that, you just start brushing your brow hairs up. And then wait for them to set. I actually quite like this product. I just don't like the spoolie that it comes with, because it kind of like, I feel like when you're like shaking it, it starts to unravel and like, if like that, and you need to kind of keep fixing it. And like, I'm sure it's not impossible to like glue on and like to glue back together or anything. It's just kind of annoying. But the actual like product I think is quite good. I kind of missed out on the soap brow trend because like my eyebrows aren't great, and like I'm trying to grow them out, so I feel like they don't really sit properly with this. I'm trying to like figure it out, but I do like the product. I just don't like the spoolie, so I need to get a new one for it, but I'll do that whenever. So while I'm letting these set, I'm not going to put any other product on them. I'm just going to go in with my bronzer. So my other, I think my third new product that I'm using is my butter bronzer by Physicians Formula. So I've used this before, like I had it a while ago, because it's a really cheap bronzer, but it's just really good, but I haven't used it in about a year. So that's the packaging, like that. It comes with like a little sponge applicator, but I'm not going to use it because I don't know how to use it. And it's like a little compact, so it comes with a mirror. How cute is that? And that's the bronzer. So I think there's only 2 shades, and I think this is like the light one. So it should be fine for my skin, but it smells great. It smells really nice, and I think it's a really good product, but I haven't used it in ages, so I'm going to see if maybe it's changed since the last time. So I'm just going to keep the bronzer really high up on my cheekbones. Like how smoothly that's going on. I think that's like the perfect shade for my skin, because I feel like my Halo bronzer can sometimes look a little bit dark, whereas this one, I think, because it doesn't go on too like muddy, I think it just looks really good. And I'm going to use what's left over on the brush for my forehead and my nose. And I'm just going to put a wee bit on my jawline. I think there is like one darker shade. But in all honesty, I don't think the shade range for the butter bronzers is actually that good, which is a bit So I'm going to go with a new blush now as well. I got 2 of the new blushes from Vieve. So I got the shades Pesca and Cherub. Cherub's a really nice like pinky blush. It's a lot lighter on the camera than it is in person. And then Pesca is a more orangey blush. So kind of like it'll be less like noticeable and it'll probably blend more into bronzers and things. But I'm going to go in with the shade Cherub today. So I haven't even swatched it or anything. It's untouched. So I've dipped my brush into it. I'm just going to do what I normally do and keep it high up on my cheekbones. Oh god, that is bright. Okay, so I didn't expect that to be as pigmented as it is. So I'm going to need to kind of blend that in. So I'm getting a proper 80s vibe from this, but I'm just going to try and blend it in my bronzer a little bit to kind of diffuse it. I've got really pale skin as well, so it's kind of, I need to be kind of careful with stuff like this. One thing I did see Jamie Genevieve say on one of her Instagram lives was that if you want to diffuse the product after you dipped it in, to like kind of brush the excess onto your hand, so I might need to try that next time I use it. See, it didn't look as bad this time. I think I maybe just had a bit too much on my brush. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Yeah, so it looks a lot nicer on this side than it does this side. So I definitely had too much on my brush the first time I used it. So the second time I used it, I only dipped my brush in, I think, twice. Like just kind of went like and then that's what it looked like. So you also don't need a ton of product for the blush. I think that's really nice. It's giving me such an 80s vibe. I've got really pale skin as well, so that obviously won't help anything. So I think if you've maybe got more tan skin than I do, it won't look as dark. But for my highlighter, I'm quickly going to go in with my Vieve Nova Glow highlighter in Bijou. So that is most of my skin done, and I think my eyebrows have set, so I'm just going to fill them in off camera quickly and then come back for my eyes. So the last product that I'm going to use that is new is the Urban Decay Stoned palette. So I got this for Christmas and this is the first time I've actually ever used it. I haven't even swatched it or anything. Well, obviously I have now, but I hadn't swatched it before. So these are the shades. So most of them are like kind of shimmery. I don't know how these shades are made, like these kind of like shimmery stone like colours, but they're all named after like different stones. Like the green is jade, this like darkish one is bloodstone, and it's all kind of like karma energy based. It's all kind of like energy based and stuff. Like there's a shade called Good Karma. There's a shade called like Third Eye, Raw Energy and stuff. I really like it. I think the packaging is so cool. It's so pretty. It's just a vibe, isn't it? it is just a vibe. So this is the eye look that I've done. So it's just a kind of grungy, easy eye. It's just a super easy kind of grungy eye, so I'm just gonna get started. So I'm gonna go in with the darkest shade here, which is this kind of purpley brown called Third Eye, and just go in with a really, really small brush, and then just put it on the outer corner and smoke it out. So I'm just kind of creating a little wing, and then I'm just going to do the same on the bottom and just join it to that wing. And I'm just gonna, I'm wanting this bit to be quite thick, so I'm just bringing it up, and I'm just gonna bring it into my crease as well. That would actually look really cool on its own. Oh well. I'm just gonna bring this out a little bit more. And then for the bottom lash, I'm just going to bring it right into the inner corner. So just right in to the inner corner, and then just fill in this bit so it's all kind of dark. And then to blend that out, I'm going to go in with the shade Hexed here, so this kind of brownie colour. And I'm getting a fluffier brush for this. I'm just going to start blending that out. So I'm just doing little circular motions. I'm just going slowly so I don't ruin everything, and then just bringing that further in than darker brown. And then with a clean brush, I'm just gonna kind of blend out the shade Hexed, just so it's not a sudden kind of stop, and then just making sure this dark brown blends in, and then just blending it into the wing a little bit, just so it doesn't look like disjointed. And then I'm gonna smoke out the bottom lash with the shade Hexed as well. Because I'm smoking it out so much, fallout shouldn't matter too much because with the darker shade, because it'll probably just blend in anyway. I'm gonna darken the kind of smoked out wing a little bit so it still looks like joined to the eye, and then smoke it out. Just like that. So for my, I'm gonna kind of, without putting any extra product onto this, I'm just gonna kind of blend this in a little bit. I'm gonna go in with the shimmer Jade, this nice green one, for the kind of lid space. So I'm not gonna put it on a brush, I'm just gonna use my finger and just swipe it on. So I'm just swiping it on with my finger, making sure I'm covering all the lid, and I'm just going to bring it up a little bit as well into the crease. So it's so like sparkly, and it kind of gives that wet look effect, which I don't have any eyeshadows that actually do that, so I love this. And then just to add to the kind of wet look effect, I'm going to go with this bluey shade here, which is Opal Aura, and just get a little bit of that on my fingers and just kind of place it, just tap it on around the lid, and then on my inner corner as well. Just like that. So after that, just to kind of darken your outer corner again, I'm going back in with shade Third Eye and just making sure that this is all the way I want it and it's not being covered by the green. and just making sure it all blends properly. And then using that clean brush again, I'm just going to blend out that shimmer a little bit, just like that. And then to darken the whole eye, I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild black pencil eyeliner. I don't know how to get it to focus, but I'm just going to kind of draw on my waterline and my lash line. And then with my roller liner from Benefit, I'm gonna do like a little point in my inner corner. So I'm gonna go off camera and add some mascara and some lashes, and then I'll be back. So I've put on some lashes, and then I'm gonna go in with a lip liner. I'll go in with this colour, so it's like a dark brown kind of. So I'm just gonna kind of blend the lip liner. So it's just like blended the lip liner into my lips, and because I forgot I have one new kind of product. So I have the Revolution lip, so it's the Revolution Pout Bomb Maxi Plump, so it's a plumping lip gloss. I have used it once, but I can't remember, it was like a month ago or something, and I can't remember what it was like. So I'm not going to put any lipstick on, I'm just going to put the gloss over my lips and the lip liner. I'm going to give it like a few minutes to plump up, but this is what they look like before it's had time to like work. So I've already got lip fillers as well, so like they are bigger already, but I'm gonna give it 5 minutes and then I'll come back and I'll show you if they have plumped up or anything. It doesn't feel like they're doing anything though, honestly. Like, it smells quite minty when it comes out, but that's it. It doesn't feel like it's gonna do anything. So I've given it a couple of minutes. I'll zoom in again. I personally can't see any difference, but I can feel kind of, it's not nippy or like sore, it's kind of cold. It feels like mint. Like, it feels like I've got chewing gum. So I don't know if that's what it's meant to be, but this is the finished look. So this is me using some new products that I haven't tried or haven't tried on camera yet. I wouldn't say any of them were bad. Well, the lip plumper is a possible lie, but I liked everything I used. I love this palette. I think it's so nice. I think it's so cool for like grungy, fun looks. This sponge was also a good investment. It feels really nice. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you could like and subscribe, I would really help my channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you could comment as well, that like helps boost my videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Bye.